Zionist regime, whether it's Erdogan or whether it's any government in the Gulf or whether it's Iran or whether it's Russia or whether it's US, they are all complicit in killing children in Gaza. They are killing children in Gaza. Okay, and it is our failure. It is the failure of the Muslims in the world to let this happen. We cannot expect any better from the Western governments, unfortunately, because they are also Zionists. Western governments are also Zionists. The American government is run by the Zionists. We can see that in presidential debates. Okay, they give a good chunk of the debate to discussing Israel. Who is going to be a better slave to Israel? Who is going to be a better friend? And then they have to go and do the ritual. You know the ritual? You know the ritual? Which ritual? The Western Wall. Sorry?
Wanting to rejoin the Abraham Accord.
I do not agree with it. I absolutely abhor it, and I think it's a crime. I think it's a crime. But the question is, do they have a choice? If someone has a gun to you, if imagine today, right now, if a criminal walks here and he has a machine gun, right, and he tells all the people, if you get involved, I'm going to spray all of you, and he puts it right to your head, and he tells you to give your bag. What would you do?
Well, it's obvious.
You have two choices: give your bag or die. Which choice? What would you do?
It depends what the cause is.
So this is the problem.
If the cause
The Gulf regimes, they are bullied. They have no choice. If Saudi Arabia today turns on Israel and tells the US to get lost, there is no Saudi Arabia left. That's it. Within a week, 10 days, it will be gone. House of Saud will fall. They know this. They know this more than us. I can say this in London. They cannot say it. Right? The House of Saud will fall.
Tell me who's bought most of the US bond treasury debt?
Sorry?
Who's bought most of the US treasury debt?
Who?
The bond debt, the US treasury debt.
Who? US?
Treasury debt.
Right.
The bond.
Yeah.
The bond
Who has
debt.
bought it?
Who's bought a big chunk recently?
Maybe Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Maybe Saudi Arabia. Do they have a choice?
No, because
No, I ask you a question. If Saudi Arabia has
He's a trillionaire. He's the richest man on
who?
earth.
Who?
Mohammed bin Salman.
Agreed. But is he free to use his money to help the Palestinians? You think so?
Absolutely.
Again, the gun example. If I put the gun to your head, and I ask you to make a free choice, is that a free choice?
A free choice of what?
If I put a gun to your head and say to you, give me your bag or you die, is that a free choice?
If I have to, but I'll take you with me.
You can't.
Yeah, I will.
You can't, because before you move, you're gone. Yeah. So these conversations, you know, when people say that this is happening in the Middle East, that they don't know that some of these governments in the Middle East, they have no choice. I'm not justifying what they're doing. I'm talking reality. The moment they turn on Israel, the moment Qatar or UAE turns on Israel, they are gone. In a week, they will be gone. They will be gone. They know this.
If
Yes.
MBS,
So this is the problem.
if MBS sells,
What is the solution? The solution, my advice to Gulf governments, if they are listening, is make a Commonwealth, make a NATO of your own, make your own Security Council, make your own United Front, make OIC, Organization of Islamic Countries, more powerful, make it militarily palatable, make it militarily powerful, because you cannot trust the West anymore. You can't. Western countries are playing you. They are not. Yeah, we need a Muslim NATO. We need, no Shias, sorry, just Sunnis. No Shias. Shias have always joined us and stabbed us in the back, unfortunately. So that's the problem.
what's wrong with the Shia?
No, nothing's wrong with the Shia. The Shias have wrong beliefs. Yeah, that's one thing wrong about them. But politically, we've always been harmed.
What do you think is the worst?
Okay, so I have nothing but sympathy for the Shia people. Nothing but sympathy and compassion. Nothing but sympathy and compassion. But they're ruling entities like Hezbollah in Lebanon, like Iran. Okay. Hezbollah fought Syrian people. Hezbollah fought Syrian people. You know, in Syria, I don't know. I have a degree in history. I have a master's in history. I don't know. But anyway, look. From SOAS. Yeah. School of Oriental and African Studies. Right? So the bottom line is, I am saying, I was making a point. The moment people keep saying, why are the Gulf countries not doing anything? Okay? First of all, you need to understand they're
saving all their money. That's why.
What else they can do? What else can they do?
So they won't have trillions, they'll have quadrillions.
Agreed. I agree with you. I agree with you. But would you agree with me if they turned on Israel today? If they turned on Israel like they did in 1967 and 1973, and the US came in to rescue Israel, I'm asking you a question now. You tell me. It's easy. You can come here and say the Gulf countries this and that. I agree with you that they are weak. They are weak. They are not. They're not. No. Yeah.
If they sell their dollars, which is US Treasury debt, they will bankrupt the USA. Period.
Hello, you're not listening to me. You are not listening to me. Before they are able to do all of that, which takes days, if not months. Wait, relax. Before they are able to do that, there will be no more. So the bottom line is Muslim countries, Muslim leaders, the Sunni countries in particular, keep Iran out. Iran is the enemy. Iran cannot be sitting on the same table with you because Iran is working for someone else. Okay? Iran is working to destroy you and destroy your foundations. Iran is not part of this coalition. Make a coalition. Make a commonwealth. Lift the visas, just like the European Union. Okay, lift the visas. Let Muslim people do trade with each other. Okay, let the Pakistanis come into Saudi Arabia and let the Saudis go to Pakistan. Lift the borders. Yes, I know it will cause problems. From Morocco to Indonesia, imagine if we have one currency, if we have one military, Muslim NATO, if we have one commonwealth, and we have one president. Call him Amir, call him president, call him what you like. Because if I use the word Khalifa, they will start wetting their pants. So let's not use the word Khalifa. Because some people out there, they go, oh my God, another Khalifa, another Harun al-Rashid, another al-Mu'tasim, another. Oh, brothers, no, relax. I'm talking about something very important. I am saying what is the solution? The solution I'm saying from Morocco to Indonesia, Muslims must have one military like a Muslim NATO, right? So what Muslims do, my vision, whether I live to see it or die before it, but it will happen inshallah. You will see it happen. My vision, Muslims cannot rely on United Nations anymore. UN stood by in Bosnia and let the people of Bosnia die, get killed by the Croats and the Serbs. I was in Bosnia 10 days ago. I saw the damage with my own eyes. I heard from the local Muslims who were eyewitnesses to the genocide of Bosnia. They told us United Nations, their armies stood by watching with weapons and tanks. They let the Croats and the Serbs massacre the Muslims. And they put an embargo on the Muslims of Bosnia that they cannot acquire weapons to defend themselves, right? This is crazy. You want these people to die, basically. And then I was told in 1995, 1996, when Muslims managed to make an army of 200,000 men, and they got some weapons from Pakistan and Iran, funnily enough, okay? They got some weapons, they started to fight back, they took territory, and then the Americans came in. They said, no. There has to be peace now. Hold on. They have to. As soon as the Muslims are taking territory from the Serbs and the Croats, the Americans come in and they say, we want peace now. Come to Texas. Okay? And then there was this Dayton agreement where they decided that the Muslims have to share their country with the Croats and the Serbs, while Serbs have their own country called Serbia, and the Croats have their own country called Croatia. This is the reality. We cannot trust these people anymore. The Muslims cannot continue to trust the United Nations, which is based in New York, and the Western powers. You cannot trust them anymore. You have to have your own solutions. Make a NATO or an equivalent of NATO from Morocco to Indonesia. Recruit 10,000 men from each country and make them peacekeeping forces, just like United Nations. When there is a conflict in the Congo, send the Muslim armies. Okay? When there's a conflict in South America, let's say, and instead of United Nations sending their partial or their biased armies, send the Muslim armies there to protect the people, innocent people of Latin America or Southeast Asia or Africa, wherever they are needed. Make a NATO, make a president, make a Commonwealth, lift the visa restrictions, just like the European Union. Let people travel from Indonesia to Morocco and Morocco to Indonesia all the way. Okay, yes, control the numbers for Hajj. I understand. For Umrah, control the numbers, because if you open the gates for Umrah, all of Egypt will be in Saudi Arabia. Okay, and that will be, what will happen. All of Syria, all of Egypt will be in Mecca. You cannot allow that, because if half the country comes to Mecca and sits there, that's it. It's game over, right? So you have to control the numbers. So you have your boundaries. You keep your governments. You keep your kingdoms. You keep your sultanates. No problem. Oman keeps its sultanate. Saudi Arabia keeps its kingdom. Okay, Qatar remains an emirate or even UAE. But what you do is you make agreements with other Muslim countries that we will now have our own military. So if one Muslim country is attacked, all Muslim countries will respond.
You were saying before they make that move, wouldn't they wipe them out before they even...
Well, someone has to do something. I'm talking. I have not heard this before. Maybe I'm the first person talking about this. Allahu Alam. Maybe there are other people talking about it. I don't know about it. But I am mentioning this, that this is the way forward. In this current day and age, in this time, in this environment, the only solution is to free yourselves from the Western powers. Economically, militarily, okay, culturally, ideologically, you name it. You need to reassert your identity. You need to go back to Islam. Make one entity that is united by common interests. From Morocco to Indonesia, common interests, right? Okay, I'm sure there are many common interests. There are differences. I know there are differences, but there can be common interests, right? Choose one president and change him every 5 years. Yes, the president of the Muslim Union. Call it the Muslim Union, right? And instead of having United Nations, have Muslims United or United Muslims. Okay, so let them have United Nations, no problem. Have your memberships, but also have United Muslims, so that we can have our own military, economic, cultural, ideological interests protected, so that no one can attack a Muslim country and commit a genocide like what happened in Iraq, like what happened in Afghanistan, because Muslim countries will come themselves to resolve their own matters. So the Muslim leaders are mobilized. They come on a table and they say, okay, in Afghanistan, we have this problem. There is a rebellion or there is a civil war. Let's deal with it. Okay, bring those people on the table and resolve this matter yourself. Until we do this, every single Muslim country is vulnerable. Every Muslim kingdom is at the mercy of the West and Israel, because Israel dominates their politics. Israel dominates the politicians. These politicians cannot come to power unless they sing songs for Israel. As we have seen lately, what happened after the genocide of Gaza, not one European leader had the capacity or the courage to condemn the genocide. Not one of them. Even Muslims, even Muslim leaders, they couldn't say anything. Allahu Akbar. And this is one of the greatest catastrophes in human history, the genocide of Gaza. Now, where does Iran come into this? Iran comes nowhere. Keep Iran out. You cannot have Iran on the same table, because we have seen what Iran has done in Yemen. in Iraq and Syria. If you let Iran back into the fold, okay, and let them talk to Muslims as if they are well-wishers, they are not. They are not. We don't need more examples and more catastrophes. That's it. That's the solution. Now, for those who contemplate, Allah will open their eyes and their hearts. And for those who think I'm talking gibberish or rubbish, no problem. I'm not offended by your views. Thank you. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Wait, you took only your mic and stop.
Oh, I'm not even.
Stop, Ashik one.
But to the sun, God speaking. But to the sun, he said,
Guys,
your throne.
I told them I'm your life. I'm very dying. I'm gonna tell them that you're doing live. Can I?
Wait.
Guys,
Anointed you
calm down with your life. We're doing it.
with the oil of gladness more than your opinion. And you, Lord, in the beginning, led the foundation of the earth. Who's he speaking to? God is speaking to Jesus. Saying what? You, Lord, in the beginning, laid the foundation of the earth. Now, if I go to Genesis chapter 1, verse 1 and 2, it says what? The earth was formless, and the Spirit of God